It's happening silently to millions of men over 60. They feel the change but don't know what to do. A firm morning erection used to be a given. Now it's a rare visitor. For some, it hasn't come in months. The spark in their relationship has dimmed. Their partners feel it too, but no one talks about it. It's not just about sex, it's about identity, energy, confidence, and it's slipping away, slowly, secretly, and painfully. Many are blaming age, some are blaming stress. A few are convinced it's a side effect of medication. But what if I told you that the culprit might be hiding right in your kitchen cabinet? Or worse, not in it at all. You see, what you're eating or not eating is silently dictating your performance, circulation, testosterone, and even desire. Hi, I'm Dr. Nora. I specialize in holistic men's and women's health after 60. I've helped thousands of patients regain their confidence, vitality, and connection. Not with prescriptions, but by restoring balance where nature intended. Today, I want to tell you about a powerful group of foods you've likely overlooked for decades: nuts. Yes, those tiny packages of dense nutrition might be the key to waking up arousal, circulation, and performance in the most natural way. But you must know which ones work, which ones harm, and how to use them effectively. Before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed to Health Guru 360 and turn on notifications. Every week, I break down the science of staying young inside your body, no matter what your birth certificate says. If you're ready to reclaim that edge, this channel is your home. Now, let's begin. I want to tell you a story about one of my patients. We'll call him Victor. He was 67, retired, and living alone after his divorce. A proud man, a hard-working man. But lately, Victor had lost interest in dating, not because he didn't want companionship, but because he feared embarrassment. He confided in me that he hadn't had a full erection in over a year. He had tried pills. They worked for a while, but left him feeling hollow and dependent. When they stopped working, so did his hope. I looked at his blood work, his hormones, and his diet. It shocked me. His testosterone was at 278 nanograms per deciliter, well below optimal. His vascular health showed signs of stiffness and low nitric oxide production. But most surprising of all, his diet was almost completely void of any healthy fats or nutrient-dense whole foods. He was living on toast, coffee, and processed snacks. So we started simple. No drugs, no intense supplements, just real food. And at the center of it all, I introduced 5 specific types of nuts that are scientifically proven to support male sexual function, hormone health, and blood flow. Within 3 weeks, Victor started reporting morning stiffness again. At week 6, he went on a date. By month 2, he was crying in my office. Tears of joy, not shame. This story is not unique. Let's talk about the science. Erections are, at their core, a vascular event. They require healthy arteries, strong endothelial function, and a surge of nitric oxide. Without those, blood cannot rush into the penis effectively or stay there. Nuts, especially certain ones, are rich in arginine, magnesium, zinc, vitamin E, and healthy fats. These nutrients do 3 critical things. 1, they help increase nitric oxide, a gas that relaxes blood vessels and improves blood flow where it counts. 2, they support the production of testosterone. Yes, the very hormone that fuels desire, motivation, and strength. 3, they reduce inflammation and oxidative stress, 2 silent destroyers of circulation and nerve health. Now, let's break it down nut by nut. I'll give you not just the names, but the exact reasons why they matter, how to eat them, how much, and what to avoid. This is not generic advice. This is based on peer-reviewed studies, clinical evidence, and personal experience with over 2,000 patients over 60. First up, walnuts. Walnuts are the king of heart and sexual health. They're loaded with alpha linolenic acid, a plant based omega 3 that lowers LDL cholesterol and improves artery flexibility. They also contain arginine, which your body uses to make nitric oxide. In one study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine, men who consumed 75 grams of walnuts per day for 12 weeks showed significant improvements in sperm vitality, motility, and morphology. But that's just part of the story. Walnuts also contain polyphenols that reduce inflammation in the arteries, improving blood flow to the pelvic region. For older men, that means firmer, longer lasting erections. But be cautious. Walnuts are calorie dense. I recommend no more than a small handful, about 7 to 10 pieces, every morning, preferably soaked overnight to improve absorption. Next, let's talk about pistachios. These are not just a delicious snack. Pistachios are backed by science when it comes to sexual function. A Turkish study found that men with erectile dysfunction who ate 100 grams of pistachios daily for 3 weeks had significant improvement in erectile function, blood lipid levels, and even satisfaction in sexual intercourse. That's because pistachios are high in phytosterols, antioxidants, and arginine. They help lower blood pressure, reduce cholesterol, and most importantly, enhance blood flow to the penis. But again, moderation. 30 to 40 pistachios a day is ideal. Choose unsalted raw versions to avoid excess sodium and preservatives. Third on our list, Brazil nuts. These are your testosterone boosters. Why? Because they contain selenium, a trace mineral that's absolutely essential for testosterone synthesis. Most older men are deficient in selenium without even knowing it. Just one Brazil nut contains up to 95 micrograms of selenium, over 150% of the daily requirement. But here's the catch. Too much selenium can be toxic. That's why I recommend just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day. More is not better. Selenium also supports the function of the Leydig cells in the testes, the very cells responsible for producing testosterone. By keeping these cells healthy, Brazil nuts help maintain strong hormone levels naturally. The fourth nut, macadamia. These are rich in monounsaturated fats, which support heart health and reduce arterial inflammation. Older men often have stiff arteries, which makes blood flow to the penis more difficult. Macadamia nuts help restore that flexibility. They're also incredibly satiating, meaning they reduce the kind of sugar cravings that lead to insulin spikes, weight gain, and hormonal imbalance. Just 5 to 6 macadamias per day can be powerful, but avoid the roasted ones coated in oils or sugar. And finally, almonds. Yes, the humble almond. Often overlooked, almonds are a powerhouse of vitamin E, magnesium, and zinc. Magnesium is crucial for muscle relaxation, nerve function, and blood flow. Zinc is directly tied to testosterone levels and sperm quality. In one study, men with low testosterone who supplemented with zinc saw a significant increase in hormone levels within 6 weeks. Now, let's tie all of this together. When you combine these 5 nuts, walnuts, pistachios, Brazil nuts, macadamias, and almonds, you're hitting every major factor required for sexual vitality, circulation, hormone production, nerve health, and reduced inflammation. But how you consume them matters. Timing matters, and pairing matters. I tell my patients to eat nuts in the morning with a little warm water or herbal tea. Soaking them overnight in water makes them more digestible and increases bioavailability. Never eat them on an empty stomach with coffee. It can irritate digestion in older adults. Instead, add them to a small bowl of fruit or oatmeal. Avoid mixing nuts with dairy or processed sugar. Victor followed this exact routine, and I'm proud to say that at 69, he's not just dating, he's thriving. He tells me that he feels 20 years younger, and it's not just because of the erections. It's the energy, the confidence, the connection with life again. You see, most men think aging is a decline, but I see it differently. It's an invitation to live smarter, not harder, to fuel your body the way it was designed. And that starts with something as simple as what's on your plate. If you're still with me, that tells me something very important. You care. You're not giving up. You want answers, and you want them from someone who respects your age, your body, and your dignity. That's why you're here. I'm Dr. Nora, and we're going deeper into the nuts, quite literally, that can transform the blood flow, hormone health, and intimacy of any man over 60 who's willing to shift his nutrition with intention. But we have to talk about something most people ignore: mistakes. Specifically, the nut related mistakes older men make every day that silently cancel out all the benefits we just talked about. Let's go back to Victor. After just a few weeks of eating the right nuts, his energy and confidence came back. But when he traveled for a short trip and picked up a bag of roasted mixed nuts from a gas station, something changed. His energy dipped. His joints started aching again, and his morning performance started to dull. That bag looked healthy. The label said Heart Healthy Mix, but it was loaded with hydrogenated oils, sodium, artificial flavorings, and worst of all, soy-coated peanuts. Let me explain what's wrong here. This is critical for every man watching. Mistake number one: eating nuts that are roasted in vegetable oils. Most store-bought nuts, even the ones labeled as healthy, are roasted in oils like soybean, corn, or sunflower oil. These are omega-6 heavy oils, and too much omega-6 creates inflammation in the body, especially in your blood vessels. Inflammation is the enemy of erection. It stiffens arteries, reduces nitric oxide production, and damages the endothelium, the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels. This directly blocks the ability of blood to flow into the penis and stay there. I tell my patients this simple rule: always buy raw, unsalted, and unroasted nuts. Or if you do roast them at home, do it dry, without oil, or use a tiny amount of extra virgin olive oil or ghee. Never buy commercial roasted nuts, no matter how fancy the packaging looks. Mistake number two: eating peanuts thinking they're the same as other nuts. Peanuts are not nuts. They're legumes, and unfortunately, peanuts are often contaminated with something called aflatoxins, natural toxins produced by mold. Aflatoxins have been linked to liver issues and hormone disruption. But here's the hidden danger: peanuts, especially processed or flavored ones, are often coated in soybean oil or mixed with soy protein. Soy contains phytoestrogens, plant compounds that mimic estrogen in the body. In small amounts, that's not a problem. But for men over 60, already battling a natural decline in testosterone, adding excess phytoestrogens into the diet can worsen hormonal imbalance. I've seen this in labs. Men who snack daily on peanut butter or flavored peanuts come in with higher SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin, and lower free testosterone. That means they have less available testosterone to fuel libido, erections, and muscle health. Swap peanuts for almonds, pistachios, or walnuts. And if you really crave peanut butter, switch to almond butter or walnut butter made from 100% raw nuts. No sugar, no oil, no soy. Mistake number three: eating nuts with sugar, chocolate, or yogurt coatings. I know they taste good, But those yogurt covered almonds or chocolate peanuts are metabolic bombs. The sugar causes insulin spikes, which increase inflammation and fat storage, especially belly fat. And belly fat produces an enzyme called aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. Yes, you heard that right. Excess sugar leads to more estrogen in men, and that means lower libido, softer erections, and emotional instability. If you're going to eat nuts, they must be clean, no coatings, no flavors, no fancy glazes. Think of it this way: you wouldn't put motor oil in a Ferrari. Don't pollute your body with additives when you're trying to restore its performance. Mistake number 4: eating nuts at the wrong time of day. This one surprises most people. The timing of your nut consumption affects absorption. For older adults, digestion slows down. If you eat nuts late at night or on a very empty stomach with coffee, they can cause bloating, poor absorption, or even heartburn. This leads to nutrient waste. The body doesn't break down the fat-soluble vitamins, and the minerals like zinc or selenium get flushed out. I advise eating nuts as part of a mid-morning or early lunch meal. Combine them with a little fruit, some fiber, or a slice of whole grain toast. This slows digestion, improves nutrient uptake, and stabilizes blood sugar. If you're taking medications or supplements, spacing nuts at least an hour away can prevent interference. Mistake number 5: ignoring hydration when increasing nut intake. Nuts are dense. They're loaded with fiber and fats. That's great, but only if your hydration is optimal. Older men often drink too little water. Dehydration makes digestion sluggish, affects circulation, and even lowers blood volume. Yes, that impacts erection quality too. If you start eating more nuts without increasing your water intake, you may experience constipation, bloating, or fatigue. These are signs your body can't process the density. Start your day with a glass of warm water and lemon. Then hydrate before and after nut consumption. Your blood, your gut, and your sex life will thank you. Now let's talk about the nut you must be extremely cautious with after 60: cashews. Cashews are delicious, yes, but they're high in oxalates. These compounds can accumulate in the kidneys, especially in older adults with borderline kidney function. Too many cashews can contribute to kidney stones. That's not all. Cashews are also relatively low in arginine and selenium compared to other nuts. They have more carbs and less fat, and their inflammatory omega 6 to omega 3 ratio is less favorable. Am I saying never eat cashews? Number. But I am saying limit them. Don't use them as your primary nut. If you like their texture, blend them into a sauce occasionally, but don't snack on them daily. Instead, lean on walnuts and pistachios, your best allies in blood flow and performance. Let's now go deeper into how nuts help erections, scientifically. Erections depend on two main systems: the vascular system and the hormonal system. Nuts feed both. First, they support endothelial function. This is the health of the inner lining of your blood vessels. When that lining is inflamed or stiff, nitric oxide can't be released properly. Without nitric oxide, the arteries in your penis can't dilate. Blood flow is weak or inconsistent. Arginine in nuts is a precursor to nitric oxide, but the body needs cofactors, magnesium, vitamin E, and antioxidants to convert arginine effectively. That's why nuts are powerful. They provide the full spectrum. Second, nuts support the Leydig cells in the testes. These are the testosterone-producing factories in your body. Zinc, selenium, and healthy fats nourish these cells and allow them to make testosterone efficiently. Brazil nuts and almonds are the kings here. Third, nuts stabilize insulin levels. This is important because insulin resistance, a very common condition in older adults, lowers testosterone. It also increases belly fat, which converts testosterone into estrogen. By stabilizing blood sugar, nuts help protect the hormonal balance necessary for erections. Now, let me give you an advanced tip that I teach only to my high performance clients: nut cycling. Instead of eating the same nuts every day, rotate them across the week. Here's a sample schedule: Monday, walnuts and Brazil nuts; Tuesday, pistachios and almonds; Wednesday, macadamia and walnuts; Thursday, almonds and Brazil nuts; Friday, pistachios and macadamia; Saturday, walnuts only; Sunday, fasting day or very light nut intake. This variation gives your body a more balanced profile of fats, minerals, and antioxidants. It prevents nutrient overload or sensitivity. Plus, it keeps your palate interested. Remember, health isn't about discipline, it's about consistency with enjoyment. So, what happened with Victor? After following this exact nut protocol and fixing the mistakes, his performance not only stabilized, but improved beyond his expectations. He started walking more, sleeping better, feeling more emotionally connected with the woman he started dating. He wrote me a letter I'll never forget. He said, "Doctor, Nora, I didn't think I had another chapter in me. But now I feel like I'm writing a whole new book." That's the power of nutrition. It's not magic, it's biology. It's your body's ability to heal, awaken, and thrive when given the right inputs. In part 3, I'll teach you how to combine these erection boosting nuts with 3 key herbs and 2 secret ingredients to create what I call the morning blood flow stack. This stack can restore nitric oxide levels in just 14 days and is 100% natural, science backed, and safe for men over 60. I know what you're thinking right now. Dr. Nora, this is all starting to make sense, but I want to know how to apply this. I want to know what to do tomorrow morning exactly to give myself the best shot at waking up energized, confident, and standing strong. So here's what I promised. I'm going to walk you through my morning blood flow stack. It's a simple, powerful, natural system I've shared with hundreds of men over 60 who wanted better erections, stronger morning wood, and the confidence that comes from knowing their body is still working, still alive. Let's go step by step. This is practical, and you can start this tomorrow with a quick trip to the grocery store. Step 1. The foundation, a nut and seed mix that targets arteries and hormones. Every morning, right after waking up and hydrating, you'll prepare a small bowl, a mix of 4 nuts and 2 seeds. This is your erection support fuel. Here's the exact mix and why each ingredient matters. 6 raw Brazil nuts rich in selenium. This tiny mineral is one of the most potent antioxidants for men. Selenium protects the testes, boosts testosterone production, and improves sperm motility. Most men over 60 are deficient, but just 6 Brazil nuts give you a full day's supply. 10 pistachios. These contain arginine and plant sterols that improve blood flow. A study in the International Journal of Impotence Research showed that eating pistachios daily improved erectile function in just 3 weeks. 6 almonds soaked overnight. Almonds provide magnesium, vitamin E, and monounsaturated fats that stabilize blood sugar and support endothelial health. Soaking them helps remove phytic acid, which can block mineral absorption. 6 walnut halves. Walnuts are rich in ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that reduces inflammation in blood vessels and supports nitric oxide release. 1 tablespoon pumpkin seeds. Packed with zinc, these seeds support testosterone, prostate health, and sperm quality. 1 teaspoon flax seeds, ground. Flax seeds provide lignans, plant compounds that reduce inflammation and support hormonal balance, but they must be ground or they'll pass through undigested. Mix these together in a small bowl. Add a pinch of cinnamon. This not only enhances flavor, but improves insulin sensitivity, which directly supports testosterone production. Now, I know some of you might think, that's a lot of ingredients, but it takes 2 minutes to prep, and once you feel the difference it makes, you won't go back. Step 2. Add the rocket fuel. 2 herbs for blood flow and nerve response. Along with your nut mix, you'll brew a simple tea. This tea is part of the reason some men report firmer erections within the first week. Here's what you need: 1 teaspoon of ginseng root, or a ginseng tea bag. Ginseng has been shown to enhance nitric oxide production and improve erectile rigidity. Korean red ginseng, in particular, has been used in multiple clinical studies with older men. 1/2 teaspoon of horny goat weed, epimedium. This herb contains icariin, a natural PDE5 inhibitor. That's the same class of compound found in Viagra, but in a gentler, plant-based form. It supports the retention of blood in erectile tissue. Boil water. Add both herbs. Let them steep for 10 minutes. Add a squeeze of lemon. Not just for taste, but because vitamin C enhances the absorption of these plant compounds. This tea is your morning engine rever. Drink it slowly while enjoying your nut mix. Feel the warmth and circulation build naturally over time. Step 3. Movement activation, the 5-minute circulation boost. After your morning stack, you're going to move, nothing intense, just a specific 5-minute blood flow sequence that wakes up the pelvis and stimulates nitric oxide. Here's what you do: 1 minute of brisk walking or stepping in place, 30 seconds of deep squats. Go as deep as you comfortably can. 1 minute of pelvic tilts, standing or lying down. 1 minute of fire breathing. Inhale deep through the nose. Exhale fast through the mouth. 1 minute of glute squeezes while standing. Squeeze and hold. 3 seconds per rep. Why this works: these movements push blood into the lower body, stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, and awaken the same muscle groups involved in sexual arousal. Most men skip this, but the men who add it report stronger function and fewer dead mornings. Step 4. Morning Mindset Reset. This may surprise you, but the brain is the first sex organ. And if your brain is locked in stress, shame, regret, or tension, it shuts down arousal circuits. That's especially true as we age. After your movement, take 2 minutes. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Breathe in this exact phrase: in this moment, I am strong. My body is healing. My blood flows freely. I choose life. I choose energy. I choose joy. Say this internally 5 times. Why? Because studies show that self-directed compassion, especially when spoken out loud or mentally repeated, boosts dopamine and oxytocin, 2 chemicals essential for intimacy and confidence. Victor told me this step, just this one, made him feel more alive than he had in 20 years. For the first time, he said, I believed my body wasn't failing me. It was waiting for me to love it again. You see, there's something powerful about showing your body care again. It responds. Step 5. The secret topping, pomegranate and beet combo. There's one last piece to the stack: a powerful natural combo that boosts nitric oxide by up to 30% in older men, according to research. Here it is: 1/4 cup of pomegranate juice, 1/4 cup of beet juice, mix and drink. Why it works: both are rich in dietary nitrates. These convert to nitric oxide in the blood, which improves vessel dilation. A study in clinical nutrition found that older men who drank this combo experienced improved blood flow and better erectile scores in as little as 2 weeks. But here's the key: it must be low sugar, pure juice, no added sweeteners. You can prepare this the night before. Just shake and sip after your nut mix and tea. The result: blood vessels open up, tissues get oxygenated, and your body begins to restore its performance system naturally. Let me be clear, this is not about overnight miracles. This is about reactivating a system that's still inside you. You may be over 60. You may have had a few tough years, but your body is waiting for you to feed it the tools it needs to rebuild. The morning blood flow stack is not a gimmick. It's science, it's nutrition, it's love. Most men who try this stack notice a difference in 5 to 14 days. Some feel stronger morning erections. Others report improved mood, confidence, and energy. A few start sleeping better. These are all signs that the inner engine is restarting. This is when the magic begins. But remember, none of this works if you keep making the old mistakes: the roasted nuts, the salty junk food, the sugar-coated peanuts, the dehydration, the skipping of movement and mindset. You must change. If you want results, you must choose differently. And if you're wondering whether it's too late, if you're already 68, 72, even 79, I want to tell you this: I've helped men in their 80s rediscover intimacy, not because of pills, but because of patience, because of self-care, because they stopped fighting their body and started listening to it. You can too. You've made it this far. That tells me something powerful. You're not just casually curious. You're ready to feel strong again, ready to have control over your health, your energy, and yes, your erections. You've seen the nuts. You've learned the morning routine. You've started connecting the dots. Now, let's bring it all together in a 3-day meal and intimacy protocol that's already transformed the lives of men between 60 and 85 across the world. Here's the truth most doctors won't tell you: erectile health is about rhythm. Blood flow improves with consistency. Hormone health thrives with routine. So, this next phase is a 3-day repeatable system you can follow every week. Each day has one job: to support testosterone, nitric oxide, circulation, and intimacy. No starvation, no weird supplements, just food, flow, and freedom. Day 1, the Circulation Booster Breakfast, your morning blood flow. Stack nut mix: Brazil nuts, pistachios, soaked almonds, walnuts, ground flaxseed and pumpkin seeds. Blood flow tea: ginseng plus horny goatweed, beet plus pomegranate shot. Optional: 1 boiled egg for protein. Lunch: grilled salmon or sardines, omega-3s for vessel health. Steamed spinach: nitrates, magnesium, folate. Half avocado: healthy fats, plus vitamin B6 for dopamine. Olive oil dressing with lemon dinner. Lentil or black bean soup with turmeric and garlic. Side of roasted beets or sweet potato. 1 small piece of dark chocolate, 85% cacao or higher. Nighttime tip: before bed, do 10 minutes of deep belly breathing lying on your back. Breathe in through the nose, hold 3 seconds, exhale through the mouth. This improves parasympathetic tone, helping the body shift into healing mode. And healing equals stronger performance tomorrow. Day 2, the Testosterone Maximizer Breakfast. 3 pasture-raised eggs, cooked in ghee sautéed onions and kale. Your morning stack: cut nut quantity in half to keep calories stable. Lunch: grass-fed beef or lamb, zinc and carnitine support testosterone. Roasted carrots, broccoli, and onions. Handful of walnuts on the side. Dinner: stir-fried tofu or paneer with garlic, ginger, and chili flakes. brown rice or quinoa, steamed asparagus or bok choy. Evening intimacy ritual. Soak feet in warm water with Epsom salt for 15 minutes. Then apply a few drops of organic sesame oil on the lower back and inner thighs. These Ayurvedic techniques improve circulation and soothe nerves before connection or rest. Day 3. The libido and mood enhancer. Breakfast. Oats soaked overnight in almond milk. Chia seeds, flax, cinnamon, banana slices. Maca powder 1 teaspoon stirred in. This root is known for libido and energy. Black coffee or green tea. No sugar lunch. Chicken or tofu salad with pumpkin seeds. Cucumber, tomatoes, olive oil. 1 small bowl of mixed berries. Dinner, baked fish with lemon and herbs, steamed zucchini and mushrooms, turmeric golden milk, warm almond milk with turmeric, pepper, cinnamon. Night protocol. Take 10 minutes before bed. No screens. Sit or lie in silence and reflect on this phrase. I deserve to feel alive. I deserve to connect. I deserve pleasure in this stage of life. Repeat 3 times. Why? Because emotional openness is a biological trigger for dopamine, oxytocin, and nitric oxide, all essential for firm erections and intimacy. Then, on day 4, simply return to day 1 and repeat. Keep this cycle going for 21 days. What we've seen clinically is simple. Around day 10, men start waking up more energized. By day 14, morning erections return. By day 18, many report spontaneous arousal during the day. And by day 21, confidence is up, connection improves, and relationships begin to rekindle. Now, let's go even deeper. Some of you watching are struggling with conditions that complicate things. Maybe you're diabetic. Maybe you're on blood pressure medication or cholesterol pills. Maybe your doctor warned you against certain foods. So here's how to adapt this system to your situation safely. Advanced Tip 1. If you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, focus on glycemic control. Swap bananas for berries. Replace brown rice with cauliflower rice. Choose high-protein breakfasts, eggs, nuts, and greens, and walk for 15 minutes after every meal. This single change will boost insulin sensitivity and improve blood flow to the pelvic region. Advanced Tip 2. If you're on blood thinners or ED meds, avoid high doses of vitamin K-rich foods, like kale, without your doctor's input. Do not combine horny goatweed or ginseng with prescription meds unless approved. Instead, focus on beets, pomegranate, movement, and stress reduction. These are safe and effective without interaction. Advanced Tip 3. If you're on testosterone replacement therapy TRT, add zinc-rich nuts like pumpkin seeds daily. Support the liver with turmeric and greens. And don't skip the movement. TRT without lifestyle support causes crashes and dependence. You want to support your body, not outsource its job. Now I want to address something very important. If you're over 60 and you've been feeling shame, doubt, or grief about your body or your performance, it's not your fault. You were never taught how to care for this stage of life, but now you are, and that makes you powerful. Most men give up, most retreat, but not you. You're choosing to fight, not against aging, but with it, to work with your biology, and that changes everything. Before I close, let me give you 5 unexpected nuts you must avoid. These are erection killers, often marketed as healthy but silently sabotaging your results. Honey-roasted peanuts, full of sugar, can spike insulin and tank testosterone. Salted cashews. High sodium, reduced nitric oxide, and poor vessel dilation. Trail mix with M&Ms or dried fruit. Too much sugar, inflammatory oils. Peanut butter with hydrogenated oils. Check labels. Most commercial PBs contain trans fats, mixed nuts with added MSG, or flavor enhancers. These stimulate artificial cravings and stress the adrenal system. Instead, Stick with raw or lightly dry roasted nuts with no added sugar, salt, or oils. Buy from trusted brands. Keep a stash with you when you travel. These are your tools now. Use them like medicine. And I'll leave you with this. One of my patients, Rajiv, age 76, had not experienced intimacy with his wife in over a decade. He felt disconnected, ashamed, and unsure if there was hope. He started this protocol. Week 1 was hard. He felt doubtful. But by week 3, something shifted. He told me this, Doctor, Nora, I didn't just get my erections back. I got myself back. My smile, my energy, my confidence. I didn't know I could feel like this at 76. You can feel it too, but only if you start. Start tomorrow morning. Set out your nut mix. Brew the tea. Move your body. Speak to it with kindness. Eat for blood flow. Love your partner with presence, not pressure. Because the truth is this: age is not your enemy, neglect is. And now, you know better. If you found this valuable and you're ready to transform your energy, confidence, and performance at any age, click below and subscribe. I'll be here every week with real advice, real results, and real science, just like this. And if you know a man over 60 who's struggling in silence, send him this video. You just might change his life, maybe even save it.